So, do any of you remember those Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 1930s? The ones that were just put out on DVD a few years ago? Well, I heard there is one that was unreleased to even the most vivid classic Disney fans. According to the sources, it's nothing special. It's just continuous loop, like the Flintstones, of Mickey walking past six buildings that goes on for 2 or 3 minutes before fading out. Unlike the cutesy tunes put into it, the song on this cartoon was not a song at all, just a constant banging on a piano for about a minute and a half before going to white noises for the remainder of the film. It wasn't the jolly old Mickey we've all come to love either. Mickey wasn't dancing, not even smiling, just kind of waiting as if you or I were walking, with normal facial expression. But for some reason, his head tilted off to side as he kept a dismal look. Up until a year or two ago, everyone believed that after it cut to black and that was it, when Leonardo Maltin was reviewing the cartoon to be put on the complete series. He decided that it was just too junk to be on the DVD, but just to want to have a digital copy due to the fact that there was a creation of Walt. When he had a digitalized version up on his computer for a closer look at the file, he noticed something. The cartoon was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long. This is what my source emailed to me. In full, he is a personal assistant of one of the higher-ups of executives at Disney and acquainted with Mr. Maltin himself. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for the 6th minute before it got back to Mickey Mouse walking. The sound was just different this time. It was a murmur. It wasn't a language, but it was more of a gargled cry, as if the noise got more indistinguishable and loud over the next minute. The picture then began to get weird. The sidewalk started to go in directions that seemed impossible based on the physics of Mickey's walking, and the decimal face on the mouse slowly curling into a smirk. On the 7th minute, the murmur turned into a blood-curdling scream, the kind of scream painful to hear, and the picture was getting more obscured, and the colors were happening that shouldn't be possible at this time. Mickey's face began to fall apart. His eyes rolled on the bottom of his chin like two marbles in a fishbowl, and his curled smile was plodding upwards against the left side of his face. These buildings became rubble and floating mid-air, and the sidewalk was still impossibly navigating in warped directions. A few seemingly inconceivable with that we as humans know about direction. Mr. Maltin then got disturbed and left the room, sending an employee to finish the video. It takes notes of everything happening up until the last second, and then afterwards immediately store the disc in the cartoon of the vault. This distorted screaming lasted for 8 minutes and a few seconds in, but it was then abruptly cut to Mickey Mouse face at the credits at the end of every video, with it sound like a broken music box playing in the background. This happened for about 30 seconds, and whatever was in the remaining 30 seconds, I haven't been able to get a silver of information about it from a security guard working under me who is making rounds outside of that room. I was told that after that last frame, the employee stumbled out of the room with the pale skin saying, "Real suffering is not known," several times before speedily taking the guard's pistol and offering to the spot. The thing I could remember getting out of Leonard Maltin was the last frame of that piece of Russian text that roughly said, "The sights of hell, it brings its viewers back in." As far as I know, no one else has seen it, but there might have been dozens of attempts to try to get the file on a rapid share and employees inside the studios, all of whom were promptly terminated from their jobs. Whenever I got online or look up its debate, but if the rumors serve me right, it's online somewhere under their MickeyMouse.AVI. If you ever find a copy of the film, I want you to never view it, and to contact me on my phone immediately. Regardless of the same, when a Disney death is covered up as well, It means it has something huge. Get back at me, TR. I have yet to find a copy of this, but it's still out there. I know it.